Hello folks, welcome back to another technology review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a vintage Kodak Brownie 620 film camera. Yeah, it took a while for me to say that. So I got this camera a little while ago. It comes in a bag, and for a camera from 1947, let's just say it's seen better days. The ink seems to be coming off the bag, so yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the camera. So I'm just going to move the bag out of the way. It doesn't come with, at least mine didn't anyway, but this is the camera. How pretty is that? So it takes 620 film, so you open up the back of the cartridge here. See their Kodak 620 film. Now what's great about these cameras, and this is why a lot of people love these old cameras, for the simple reason that you can actually modify these cameras to take medium 120mm film. So you can still take photos with these cameras. That just blows my mind. The fact that this camera is like very close to nearing a century old, and yet you can still take photos of it in 2022. That's unbelievable. And a lot of people still love these cameras, and myself included. And I'm going to definitely collect more of these old cameras because they're just beautiful. They're very, very small as well, and they're cheap as well. I got mine for £5. Like, I mean, you could not say no to that. There's a tripod mount underneath. It doesn't work with a traditional modern tripod, but, you know. So, I'm not going to explain all of the functions here, and I have not taken photos with this yet. I will be soon, and I'll make an update video whenever I take photos with this in 120mm. So, yeah, so this red thing here, by the way, that's the frame count. So when you load the film, it will tell you how many frames you have left. So there's a small little camera here, and then there's these little windows. Now, there's two different modes. There's the landscape mode, and the general idea is that there's mirrors in the inside, and then you sort of just look down into it and you take your photos. And then if you're doing portrait mode, you do the same on that side as well. See? The mirror thing is a bit tricky. I thought you had to look really like up close to it. You don't. You have to actually sit like quite far back and peer down into it, and then you'll be able to see what you're looking at. So let me actually see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So I'll try not to appear in the frame. So there's the tripod, and then you see how, and everything's back to front, side to side, so it's a bit awkward, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So there's my German flag there, and then as I peer over, there's the door. So look, you get the idea. It's simple and it works. No plastic, just glass, metal, and leather. Well, a bit of leather, not much anymore, but you know. There's different functions. You have this little tab here that you pull open. I don't know if you can see there, but you can see the difference. It's the wrong way around. Yeah. You can see the different settings there. I say settings. Modes, really. If you want to do flash fire, I don't even know if you can do flash fire with these anymore, but there's plugs here that you can connect flash to. You have a bulb mode, so if you want to take really long exposures, you press the shutter down, and you'll hear the mechanism open there. And then when you want to finish your exposure, you release. Or if you want to take just regular photos, you can do that. Just keep in mind that the photos, the shutter speed is 1/100th of a second, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's 1/100th of a second. This camera was first produced in 1947 and ended production in 1950. 1954, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's roughly 1954. I don't know exactly what year mine's from, but it could be around that time. Yeah, it's a beautiful camera. Let me actually give you a better view of the shutter. So I'm going to set it to bulb mode, and then when you press the shutter button, you can see the window open. And the idea is that the film will be sitting in front, so then we'll expose your film, and then when you're finished, you do that, and then you wind the lever to the next frame. Pretty cool stuff. Nice and easy to use, which is great as well. It's not super sophisticated. It has a little handle. Mine's slightly broken, unfortunately, but it's very, very light. Very light as well, so yeah. You can take this front panel off. Let me see, actually, if I... Okay, I can't really do it with one hand, but yeah. That's all I really have to say about this camera. It's a beautiful little camera, and I will take some photos on it someday. Maybe try out 120mm. I've never tried 120mm photography before, so yeah. Folks, that's the end of this video, and hopefully if you enjoyed this interesting little review, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and goodbye.